Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have missing Sandra Chalene Hale. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right. She went missing May 18th, 2005 from Perry, Georgia. She was 39 years old, which means she was probably born about 1966. And she was 5'3" to 5'5", weighed 103 to 110 pounds. It said she had the last name Plumley or Hale right here for aliases. I'm not sure which one would have been her maiden name or. So it says she was last seen May 18th, 2005. That was a Wednesday in Perry, Georgia, when she told her boyfriend she was going to Chattanooga, Tennessee. She's never been heard from again. Authorities believe she left on foot and may be in the Chattanooga area. She also has relatives in Cleveland, Tennessee. Tennessee authorities are investigating her case. And I would think it's been almost 20 years that if she went to Chattanooga or Cleveland, they would have found that out by now, right? Dark brown hair with a red tint, brown hair. Tattoo of a rose with a snake through it on left shoulder. So here's the Doe Network. I didn't see her on the Charlie Project. Protruding top teeth. It doesn't give really any information. So she's never been heard from again. Which to me, if that's where she went, I think somebody would have heard from her. This is a national missing persons registry that mentions her. And she went missing from Perry, Georgia. But down at the bottom, it mentions in Cannon, Georgia. Spokesman John Bankhead says a body that was found in an abandoned well has been identified as 33-year-old Bonnie Ann Cooner. The woman's body was found at the bottom of a well about 3 miles from her home in Cannon, about 35 miles north of Athens. Chris Ferry, the state's chief medical examiner, ruled that Cooner died of strangulation and then there's a way to click to read the article. So then you wonder, what do you think would have happened to her? Because it's been so long. And here's a Jane Doe all the way in Brooklyn, Maryland. So far away, but May, June, July, it's 2 months later. Estimated PMI is months. It says estimated age is 19 to 23, and she was 39. But I left it in there. 5 foot, left her in there. 5'5", estimated 120 pounds, estimated. She was supposed to be 5'3" to 5'5", and 103 to 110 pounds, so that was pretty close. The age isn't quite right, but like I said, I'm leaving her in there anyway because I've seen the age be wrong before. You know, it just depends on their tests and how. Sometimes they do a couple of tests. And sometimes the test can be off a little or hard to read, I think. I don't know. But I have seen the test be off some before. Then there's the county. What a strange name for a county, I thought. And the subject was found lying in a wooded area. All parts recovered. Near complete or complete skeleton. Red and brown hair. Curly, approximately 8 inches long. And remember, her hair was brown with a red tint. So, and this said red and brown curly hair, about 8 inches long, which her hair looks like it's a little bit longer than that, but I'm not sure. Red and light colored tank top with Nike on the front. Did this even mention her clothing or her shoes or sizes or what she was wearing or anything? No, it didn't. Why didn't they know what she was wearing? Red lace underwear, bra, size 34B, light colored bikini style underwear. White Nike socks, white tennis shoes. Wonder why that doesn't give the size of the shoes and stuff. Wait a minute. Tank top, bra, underwear, shoes. Where was her pants or skirt or dress or... That's odd. Seems like she would have been wearing like shorts or pants or a skirt or something. She's got her shoes on. I don't know. So here's the distance between Perry, Georgia, and Brooklyn, Baltimore, Maryland, where that Jane Doe was found. It's 11.5 to 12 hours away. That's a really long way. It's not headed towards Tennessee. It's headed in a completely different direction. Like if you were going to New York or even Canada or something. So, but yeah. But it's not like zigzagging all over. It's just going, that one direction. Very interesting. But so far away. But I decided to leave her in there because I thought the facial shape and everything, like this is her and this is that Jane Doe, which I thought looked like somebody else before. But now that I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the Jane Doe and I'm looking at the facial shape, I think it looks very similar. It's interesting the way they did the lips and everything. Isn't it? And this is one picture of that Jane Doe and another picture of the Jane Doe. So I just wanted to make sure that I did them side by side. The facial expression. That's the facial expression on the Jane Doe that the artists did their rendering, as well as the lady. Isn't it interesting how they look so similar? Sometimes I look at these and I feel like when the artist is seeing them in their minds and they're doing it, and however they're doing it, it's interesting how sometimes it's almost like they're looking at that person when they're doing it. It's strange, isn't it? Even though it's so far away that it couldn't possibly be her, I wouldn't think. But and the chin maybe looks a little bit different. But yet the facial shape looks so similar to me, so I don't know. And then I'll probably see somebody else later and think it looks similar to them too, but it's interesting the way you look at this one. And this one I look at the shape of the eyes and everything too, and the shape of the face. I don't know, I just thought they looked similar, so I didn't want to leave that one out. So I wanted to mention that. And I wanted to put the picture in so you could see it and so you could see what you thought. Because sometimes they really look like people. Like one Jane Doe will really look like another person. But sometimes you'll see somebody else and think, oh, it really looks like them too. So, and here's another Jane Doe found in Shively, Kentucky. She's estimated age 20 to 40. Found July 22nd, 2005. Estimated to be about 5'2". But she could have died anywhere from 1990 to 2005. And it says estimated PMI is years. And there's her picture. And I'll go back to the other pictures so you could see what you think. Because Shively, Kentucky's a lot closer. But the estimated PMI was years. So I don't know. And then we have this lady found in Detroit, Michigan. And that is just so far away. And there's her facial shape. And I'll go to the other one so you can look and see what you think. It's just so far away. And, oh, there's another. Wow. Estimated age 40 to 60, about 5'3", slender. Hair was only 1 to 3 inches in length, but I wonder if it could have broken off or something. Detroit police discovered a lady badly decomposed body in a vacant dwelling located near Grand River Avenue and 14th Street on Wabash. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, forgive me. July 13th, the body was nude and appeared to have been dragged into an abandoned house. Short reddish brown hairs were found with the remaining tissues. It appeared that the hair was graying and may have broken off due to the state of decomposition. So she could have had longer hair that could have broken off. And that's all the way in Detroit, Michigan. And you would expect it to be somebody that lived in Detroit, Michigan, because you wouldn't think somebody would drive somebody far away. But with the truck drivers and stuff, I always wonder, what if she was hitchhiking or she got in the vehicle with a truck driver or something, and maybe they were going there and then coming back, right? Long haul truck driver. But I don't know. Then it might make sense because it's just so far. It's hard to make sense of that, especially if they were expecting her to be going to Tennessee or somewhere. And we have a Jane Doe in Orlando, Florida, but I didn't think her facial shape was similar. But I left her in because it says October 2nd, 2006. Estimated year of death is 2004 to 2006. Estimated age 30 to 50. Estimated to be about 5'2". Bones were found in a wooded area near 2 different transient camps. All parts recovered, near complete or complete skeleton, dark blonde to light brown in color and relatively straight hair. Light purple, medium-sized sweatshirt. And then we have a Jane Doe found in Massachusetts, May 1st, 2015. Estimated age 25 to 53. Estimated year of death 2005 to 2012. Estimated to be about 5'2". Nearly complete remains found partially buried. Wow. Brown hair about 16 inches in length. Wrapped in a bed sheet. So if you have any information about what happened to Sandra Hale or Plumley, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names, but if you have any information, please contact authorities. It's been years. So even if you knew, why would she leave on a Wednesday to walk to Tennessee from Perry, Georgia? I don't know. Was she hitchhiking? Why do they think she was walking? That's a long ways. If she was going to Chattanooga or Cleveland, they said, that's a long ways. That's almost 4 hours. Why would she do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Even if you have family there. And then on a Wednesday? I don't know. And so maybe you have information about why she would do that or where she was going, or maybe if she had a job, where she worked, who her friends were, where she hung out at, where she spent time at. Any information at all. Maybe you heard somebody drinking and talking. Maybe you were in jail and you heard somebody talking and you're not sure if it's true. You're not sure if it's relevant. And it's hearsay, whatever. You're not going to testify in a court of law. You're just giving the information to the authorities so that they have it, so they can decide what's relevant and what's important. And so please contact them and let them know. Maybe you could email them or write them a letter, and maybe you could CC it to an investigator, the police department, and the sheriff's office and a coroner's office. That way, if one of the emails doesn't work or they don't end up getting it in the mail, you have sent it to 2 or 3 different people so that they have it. And don't forget to pray for her family and her loved ones. If you have any information about any of these Jane Does, who they might be, please contact authorities with that information as well. If you have family members, loved ones, friends that went missing, check and make sure that they are actually in NamUs and that they've actually been reported as missing, because I speculate that if they're actually missing, that the investigators put them in NamUs, right? If they have a missing person case file, that they would be in NamUs. That's what I speculate, but I could be wrong. And also, I would try to get them in the Doe Network and the Charlie Project. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye bye.